Hello, folks. Welcome to the Complete Wealth Expo 2026. We're here right now talking about precious metals investing, specifically to preserve, protect, and grow your wealth. With us, we have Drew Urasek. Those of you that have been a part of some of our earlier presentations, you've seen Drew. Drew is a finance industry professional for 20 plus years. He's also got over 10 years as an investment grade metals analyst. He's helped thousands of people safeguard their retirement accounts. And he's a part of three of the core companies that we have here today. So he is the owner and founder of The Complete Investor. He is a board member of Gold IQ Group, and he's also a supreme board member at the Wealth IQ Group, which there's two different levels there. He is at the top of the top. And guys, I have done a lot with Drew. Probably the most important thing out of everything else that Drew's done is that he's also a decorated U.S. Marine with 8 years of service. Guys, so much respect for Drew. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for us, Drew. Take it away, sir.
Thank you so much, Michael. And I really want to thank you for inviting me here today to speak to your community on this inaugural event. Wealth IQ Group, along with Gold IQ Group, curate some of the best content for investors, not only to help protect their wealth, but grow their wealth in all facets of finance. So thank you for having me. And hopefully I can share something with you guys today that will help you in your investment future. A lot is going on in America that can have negative impact on your wealth. So hopefully today I can give you some ammunition, no pun intended, to help protect yourself. Now, I do get this every time I do a presentation, it seems, and someone finds out that I served in the Marine Corps. They always ask me some questions about the Marine Corps. And I always kind of come back to two things. Number one, best time of my life. If asked, I would do it all over again. But number two is my specific job in the Marine Corps was a combat photographer. Now, I don't even know if they have that MOS anymore, Marine Military Occupational Specialties, basically the job name. I don't even know if they have that anymore. But my job was to document everyday events in the Marine Corps through photography, and also to help improve morale, because people would be featured in these photos, and they would be printed all over all these publications all over the world. And so two things, right? Documentation, historical references, and then morale building. Now, one thing about being a combat photographer, and I'm going to grab my little pen here, is if I was attached to 6th Marines Weapons Company, I would do everything they did in the field. I would be shooting off mortars, 81 millimeter mortars here. I would be shooting, AT-4 missiles, right? The tank killers, if you will. I would do land nav with recon. One time, this is probably the coolest thing. I was actually with Scout Snipers. Marine snipers are world famous for being the best riflemen in the world. And then there was a competition. It's called the Rifleman Competition, where we grab every single Marine infantryman across the country, and we have a competition to see who's number one. So I ran the same course as everybody else. We did a lot of training, everything from medical evacuations to beach storming beaches. And I did everything the units that I was attached to did. Okay. Now, I was also a sergeant in the Marine Corps. Now, one thing about sergeants in the Marine Corps, we are senior non-commissioned officers. And I would say 30% of my training was to take officers' orders, make sure they're executable. But most importantly, and any Marine will tell you this, a Marine sergeant or above will tell you this, our job is to look for contingency plans, because we have to accomplish that mission no matter what, and think of all the situations that could happen that we might have to overcome. And I think that's why I love gold so much, because it offers protections that do not exist with any other investment class. And I'm going to go over that today. Now, here's my agenda for today. and I apologize when I use my drawing tool for some reason. Hey, you know it's not AI because technology glitches. Sometimes it pops me out of my presentation, so that might happen a couple times. So the agenda today is, why clients choose us, right? Why us? Why Wealth IQ Group? My company specifically, the Complete Investor. The new risks facing, retirees and retirement assets. The case for real assets, because real physical assets are taking center stage more and more. Gold IRAs, what most people don't know. Gold versus traditional paper assets. There are some major differences there. And paper gold and silver paper, paper silver is not real gold and not real silver. So I'll go over that as well. Privacy owners and ownership considerations. There's actually coins you can own that are deemed non-reportable. What does that mean? I'm going to go over that. And then 2 ways to own physical precious metals. There's actual 2 ways. You can take direct delivery, or you can buy gold inside your retirement account. I'm going to go over those details. And then questions that I feel every investor should ask themselves when considering gold. Because gold's not right for everybody. And that's one thing I think differentiates me from everybody else out there. I am never going to push anyone into any investment. Gold has to be right for you. So ask the right questions before you move forward, okay? And then we have, I keep on forgetting how heavy these are, a brand new tube of pure silver American Buffalo coins that I'm going to be giving away. Everybody on this call is eligible. I'll go over those details at the very end. It's a pretty cool giveaway. These coins are now nearing $100 per coin, and analysts are saying silver prices could double just in the next few years. So with all the things I'm going to go over tonight, I think you'll see why silver might double in the next few years. But let's get started. Now, why do companies choose us? I would say the biggest reason companies or people choose our company versus anybody else out there. Number one, we're usually about 20 to 30% less than anyone else out there. Well, that makes, a big difference, right? If you can get precious metals at a bigger discount than anywhere else, I think that's a pretty good deal. But number 2 is, and I think this one's most important, or very, very important, is we're a full service dealer. So there's about 4,000 licensed dealers out there, precious metals dealers like we are, but only about 200 are full service dealers. What does that mean? Not only are we there for you on the front end when you decide to get into metals, but we're also there on the back end if you ever need to liquidate. And we pay top market dollar, no discounts, no penalties, no fees, and can cash you out usually within 1 day. We also have fast delivery. If you ever buy gold from us, we don't play any games. Gold, silver in your hands in 1 to 2 days. I hear people quoting out there, even today, up to 8 weeks to get your precious metals. Not here. Gold, silver in your hands in 1 to 2 days, fully insured. And then you have access to us. There's not a time of day or night that you can't contact us to get your questions answered. My personal clients have my cell phone. You can text me day or night if you wanted to. We're here for you because we know how important your precious metals are to you and your security, if you will, and peace of mind. So we take care of you and make sure we're available to you literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no matter what you need. Now, the new risks facing retirement. I would say out of all of these, right? Fiscal instability, purchasing power erosion, cybersecurity threats, and then obvious portfolio exposure. I would say the number one threat to your wealth is our debt. We are now nearing $40 trillion in debt. Now, this is where I normally pop out of the screen here, but I want to be a nice disciplined presenter and go to the website, debtclock.org. It's a non-for-profit that tracks our debt. And you'll see we're almost at $40 trillion in debt as a country. Every time we borrow money, the chance of default goes up, not down. And there's no bigger threat to the value of your hard-earned wealth than our country defaulting on our debt. By the way, if you don't think this doesn't happen, right, or can't happen, the 3 top countries in South America all recently defaulted on their debt. And just look what happened to their currencies. The devaluations were as much as 1,000+ times. If you were in Venezuela when they first started defaulting on their debt, if you had $1 million, it'd be worth less than $1,000 today. Just imagine what would happen if that happened in our country. And physical precious metals are not tied to our debt. It's got its own sovereign value that's globally recognized. I would say the second biggest threat to the value of your hard-earned wealth is inflation. I don't think people understand how much money they're losing to inflation. We are averaging now for 5 years in a row almost 10% inflation each year. That means in just 5 years, you've lost 50% of the spending power of your money. Okay. So if you have $1 million and you're losing 30 to 50% of the value of your money every few years, you have to make 20% return on your money just to break even, because you got to obviously pay taxes, right? When you decide to start cashing out your money. So
And
the
Drew,
value.
that's the reported inflation. I mean, I think what we feel when we go to the grocery store, you see the price of cereal and you see these things, like that's the reported inflation. But I think the actual impact we've all felt and we all see it on a daily basis. It feels much worse than that.
And depending on what part of the country you're in.
True.
So Chicago is a very liberal city, right? And we have a lot of taxes for, some people would say great reasons, right? We have a lot of community benefits for the taxes we pay, but it makes our gas prices almost 30% more than anywhere else in the country, right? So these inflation numbers are averages. It could be much worse in your area. And again, who cares if you make a ton of money in the stock market? If it's not keeping up with inflation, you're not making any money. And physical precious metals like gold especially is a great insulator against inflation and has been since it's been in existence, now going on 5,000 years. Now, cybersecurity risk, I'm going to go over a little more detail on this one. But at the end of the day, technology advances are making it so that the average person will see in their lifetime a significant hack of their personal assets. Now, whether you recover from that or not is really how well you're defended against it. And guess what? You can't hack a physical gold coin. And last but not least is portfolio exposure. I don't think people realize that the investments that you make in the stock market have counterparty risk. What does that mean? Well, this probably makes more sense if I explain it this way, because I do get people from time to time that say, hey, Drew, I've got GLD. I've got paper gold, right? That's good enough. I've got SLV, silver, paper silver. That's good enough. What people don't understand, that number one, they are not 1-for-1 gold, 1-for-1 silver. But more importantly, when you buy those investments, you're signing off on counterparty risk, which means if there was a liquidation event, they don't have to pay. So then why get the investment if it's not protected? If you're not actually getting real gold, or at least a voucher to get real gold. And again, I'm going to go over that detail a little bit more down the road here. Now, here's the case for real physical assets. And by the way, there's some great books out there, okay? Look up the term. I'm not going to go over it here on this event here. You can look it up yourself. There's a term I want you to look up, the Great Reset. And there's a lot of books that talk about the Great Reset. There's actually one book in specific that I'm thinking about that did about 800-year study on fiat currencies. And the failure rate of fiat currencies, by the way, is 100%. So I don't think people realize that, right? Fiat currencies also only last about 70 years before they fail. And something happens before every fiat currency failure: a flight to physical assets. Big money moves into physical assets. Guess what happened last year? Central banks bought more gold than they ever have in their 55 plus year history. In 1 year last year, they bought more gold than they ever have in their entire history of existence. Okay. Number two is so many corporations are buying residential real estate that Congress right now has a bill that they're trying to pass that does not allow corporations to buy residential real estate. Companies like BlackRock, Vanguard are buying so much residential real estate right now that Congress wants to stop them. Again, these are signs that physical assets are becoming a priority because of the risk of default. Now, why gold? You don't have that counterparty risk. You don't have, earnings or politics around earnings. You don't have manipulation of a stock price. You don't have lobbyists, that are going to Congress or Washington, D.C. to get policy passed to bolster the stock's price. It's real value, again, that's been around for 5,000 plus years. And again, you can't hack a physical gold coin. Now, I do want to bring this up. And you can, again, do your own research when you have time. But there's been some really serious warning signs out there about cybersecurity threats. Okay. The first one came out with the release of what's called Mythos. Okay. It is a new large language model that exposes, basically tells you the vulnerabilities of operating systems, basically tells you the back doors. So if you get this software, right, this large language model software, and are able to access it, Mythos now, I think, announced today that they're releasing it to another 150 companies. And the big scare is that this is going to allow for everyday hackers to be able to hack even the most sophisticated operating systems. This is so scary that 1 month ago, when Mythos was first released to the first 12 companies, our Treasury Secretary, our Federal Reserve Chairman, both met with the major banks in the country to warn that something is coming down the pipe that might expose even banking systems vulnerabilities, and they need to take action. Well, guess what? Just this last week, another warning came from Palo Alto, one of the top, if not the top security,
the biggest
cybersecurity companies in the world, said that cybersecurity threats in the next 3 to 6 months are going to escalate at an exponential rate, and that you have about 3 to 6 months to prepare. Well,
and Drew, you have to look at all of the major brokerage houses have changed their disclaimers at the bottom of their documentation. If you look at the statements, they've actually changed the disclaimer now to specifically state your assets are not protected in the event of a cybersecurity attack. Like it does not cover your assets, which people knew, but they were not clear about it. They are crystal clear about it now.
Yeah, so great point. And I was actually going to bring this up in a later slide, but I might as well bring it up now. Most people don't know this. Your current investments inside your retirement account have zero insurance. Zero. The actual stock that you buy, no insurance. The actual mutual fund, ETF, right, annuity inside your retirement account has zero insurance. You can look at the bottom of any statement page, and it says these words: these investments have no insurance, can lose 100% of their value. Why do you think that is? Why do you think none of the investments inside your retirement account have no insurance? Because you don't own them.
You don't own them.
You have what's called beneficial interest. So if the stock goes up, you make money. If it goes down, you have that beneficial interest on the downside, but you don't own it. So that company, right, Schwab, let's say, right, Edward Jones, they can't insure the asset in your name because you don't own it. Physical gold, though, is number one, physical, right? And is insured and in your name because you own it. And one of the reasons why physical precious metals in your retirement account, 100% insured with all risk coverage. Now, gold IRAs, what most people don't know, I would say if I talk to probably 100 to 150 investors every single month from all over the country, I would say about 90%, 9 out of 10, don't know. You can actually own gold inside your retirement account. It's a tax-free, penalty-free move. You lose no value. You can take any money that you have in a qualifying 401k or IRA you set up and tax-free, penalty-free move it into gold. You lose no value. Also, physical gold, not taxed the same as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, or even cryptocurrency. And that's actually pretty cool. Here, actually, let's do this. I'm going to do my gold tax difference here because I get so many questions about this. I might as well hit it head on. Okay. How is gold not taxed the same as paper assets? So we're going to go to, and you can do this on any major website, any major financial website. You can go to Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance. I'm on CNBC. and you're going to see what's called spot price, right? 44.6270. Okay, spot. Now, this price that you see on every major site is not the price of gold. It's the price of a futures contract. I know this because I actually used to trade these contracts. That's where I got my start, at the Chicago Board of Trade, the #1 commodities and futures exchange in the world, trading gold futures. Okay. This is the raw ore out of the ground, has not been taken delivery of, has not been melted down, has not been stamped into a coin or a bar. But this is the price the government looks at when assessing the value of gold in your retirement account. So I want you to remember this price, 4462.70. So write it down, commit it to memory. I'm going to come back to it in a second. Okay. Now, everyone on this webinar, on this training, you don't need me to buy gold. You can actually go to the usmint.gov right now and buy yourself a brand new American Gold Eagle coin, 1 ounce. By the way, the #1 bought and sold coin in the world is the American Gold Eagle. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. This coin will outsell any coin out there in the marketplace. The #1 bought and sold coin in the world sells for the most amount of money, the fastest out of any coin in the world. I'll prove it to you any day of the week you want. Okay. So you can go and buy one directly from them for $5,320. Oh my gosh. That price does seem expensive, but you do get a nice velvet box. Now, if you buy from the Mint direct, you need to know 3 things. #1, they don't really have any customer care. You're probably not going to talk to a live person. #2, they don't do IRAs. You want to get money in your gold in your IRA, they can't help you out. #3, they don't buy back their metals. If gold doubles, triples, quadruples in value, which I've had clients that's made more than 700% return on their gold, and you want to cash out, they're not going to be able to help you out. Now, why would you use a company like mine? #1, great customer care, in my opinion. We always answer the phone live, always get back to our clients, give you access to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We do IRAs. We specialize in it. About 80% of our business is helping people protect their IRAs. We also buy back our metals. We're a full service dealer. We're also buying millions and millions of dollars of gold on a regular basis. So we're able to get discounts that you can't get, and we pass along those savings to you. As a matter of fact, you can see these coins right now, and you don't have to believe me. You can go online and look. They're selling for $5,000, $5,100 all day long right now. Well, wait a minute. Isn't the government looking at spot when assessing the value of gold for the tax purposes? Well, you tell me, would you rather be taxed at $5,100 or $44.62? And I'm guessing the lower amount, right? And in retirement, most people, I think, would agree that you're probably either A, not working, hopefully you're not working, or B, you're working and not making as much money. Well, guess what? Every penny counts. And a few $100s a coin could be a big difference, especially over a whole retirement account. Now, let's get back to the presentation. And I apologize for jumping out of it and also going to the wrong slide here. 1 second. You know what? Since I'm over here, because I talked about why people use us, I only have 5-star reviews from our clients. And these are obviously on my site, thecompleteinvestor.net, but I encourage you, type in my name, Drew Urasek, gold, in any search engine. And you'll see I only have 5-star reviews. And I've worked for 2 of the top 3 gold dealers in America before starting my company. And the reason why I only have 5-star reviews is #1, I educate. I never push anyone into any investment. I make sure you have the right information to make the best decision for yourself. #2, I support you in whatever that decision is. And it might not be gold. I tell people all the time, hey, you know what? Gold's not right for you. I get it. Okay. And then 3, again, I make myself available to you. Now, back to the presentation. All right. Now, gold versus traditional, and we kind of talked about this already. The biggest difference between paper assets and physical assets is #1, paper assets inside your retirement account aren't yours. You don't own them. you have beneficial interest. So immediately they can't be insured. Okay, that's number one. Number two is you have counterparty risk. Whenever you open up any brokerage account, you have to sign off on that you might not get your money back because you're relying on more than one party to complete the transaction. And so the party that's holding your asset can't be held responsible if there's a liquidation event. So you're basically saying, hey, I might not get paid. Okay. Also, and this is the big one. Oh, sorry. Clicked too many buttons here. How do I get out of here and go back? I apologize. This is proof that I am not AI. I am not AI. Okay. So one more here. Sorry. Yeah. So this one right here. I think the biggest thing I need everybody to understand about cryptocurrency is this. Cryptocurrency was created out of the desire to have 100% anonymity, right? It was supposed to be no one knows I have it, right? And then two, it was unhackable. You can't hack a blockchain because each of the coins are, the ledgers spread across thousands and thousands of servers all over the world. So you can't hack all the servers at one time, right? So it's unhackable. With two inventions since cryptocurrency came out, AI, I apologize, AI, and also quantum computing, there's articles written right now that say cryptocurrency will be hacked within the next couple of years. And it's also no longer private. The US government, along with the major governments in the world, made sure that cryptocurrency was 100% exposed and clickable. The government can actually click a button and take away all your cryptocurrency. Does anyone remember the FTX scandal? And Michael, tell me what you know about the FTX scandal.
I know that there were a series of fraudulent transactions that ended up they were showing to cover up what was actually happening in the background.
Well, he was doing a Ponzi scheme, right? He was doing a Ponzi scheme and then basically stealing he was trying to invest the money and lost it, right? Everyone thinks they can take someone else's money, make a ton of money, and then keep the difference. Never works, right? Guess how much, I want you to tell me, guess how much money they recovered from that scandal? It was literally hundreds of billions of dollars.
I don't know.
How much did they get back, do you think?
No idea. I know it was a massive, I know they were the largest, is the term exchange at that time? I think they were the largest exchange at that time. Yeah. How much? They
got back 100% of the money. They were able to click back 100% of the money.
Wow.
So cryptocurrency no longer has the value that it was created, or at least the demand it had for being created with, again, 100% obscurity, anonymity, and unhackable. Those days are gone. So the value really is, in my opinion, nothing. So physical gold is yours, 5,000 plus year history, right? Not taxed the same. Also, you can't hack a physical gold coin, right? All these great threats out there, your gold is protected against. And again, what did I do in the Marine Corps, right? We'd get orders from a captain, a lieutenant, be expected to obviously carry out the mission, but our job immediately went right into planning for contingencies. What happens if this happens? What happens if this happens? And gold has all those contingencies in mind, which in my opinion doesn't exist with any other investment. Okay, now, and we kind of went over this already in the other slides with our conversations. Having physical precious metals versus paper assets. You can actually own coins that are, that's the one point I want to bring up. You can actually own coins that are deemed non-reportable. I'll go over that in a second when you take direct delivery, because this is huge. You can actually own coins that nobody has to know you have. The IRS has got a definition of non-reportable coins. And if you buy these specific coins while you own them, you don't have to tell anybody that you have them. Heck, me as a dealer, I don't even have to tell anybody you bought them from me. Now, number one, and this is the segue into the 2 ways to own physical precious metals. And then I'll show you how you can get a free brand new silver American Buffalo, pure silver coin, worth almost $100 right now, deemed to, by some analysts say, to go to $200 a coin in the next few years. For just meeting with me, and I'll go over those details. But the two ways to own physical precious metals is number one, direct delivery, two, inside your IRA. Now, direct delivery, you can take any cash that you might have and convert it into gold, convert it into silver. And again, nobody delivers gold or silver faster, safer, more effectively than us. Gold in your hands in 1 to 2 days, fully insured. You open up a cash account with us. If you deposit money in the morning in your account with us, we're buying gold that afternoon. We go online live. I share my computer screen with you. I show you everything available to you, gold, silver, coins, bars, live market, live pricing. You see the trade desk. You see all the competitors out there, so you know you're getting a good deal. Once you select the metals you like, we execute the order. It takes about 24 hours to 48 hours to fulfill the order, depending on what you buy. You get a tracking number, and you can watch the coins come to your house, fully insured, in 1 to 2 days. Pretty cool. Number two, get gold inside an IRA. Guess how long it takes to open up a gold IRA? I know you always say, could take an hour. 10 minutes, right? That's it. 10 minutes. Once you open up the gold IRA, it's like opening a checking account. It does take about a week to 10 days to move the money into the account. So it goes from your Schwab, Edward Jones, Empower account, week to 10 days to move into your gold account. Again, tax-free, penalty-free move. You lose no value. If you move 100 grand from this account, it goes 100 grand into this account. Once that happens, you and I go online, same process, live market, live pricing. I share my trade desk. You see everything available to you, gold, silver, coins, bars. Heck, there's even platinum and palladium. You pick out what you want. You're in charge. I'm probably still to this day, I've been doing this now for a long time. I still don't know of any other company that does this. I show our competitors' markets prices live. Okay, so you can see that you're getting a great deal. You pick out the coins you want. Once we select the coins, we execute the order. It does take about 24 hours to 48 hours to fulfill the order. Now the metals get shipped to the depository you pick nearest you. Now, these are non-bank, non-federal facilities. They have nothing to do with our banking system. They have nothing to do with our federal government. They just meet the strict guidelines of our federal government for safety and security. Why? They want their taxes, right? Once they get to the facilities, they go over under a white glove inspection, x-rayed, ultrasound, and then fully insured and stored in your section of the vault until you decide to take them out. Now, you can go visit your coins anytime you want, like going to a bank lockbox. You can run your fingers through your gold, your silver, right? You have point and click access to your gold anytime you want. You can click a button and have the gold delivered to you. Now, that does create a taxable event, so you got to pay your taxes and the coins come to you. Or two, you can liquidate. I've got clients that have made 4 or 5, 6, 700% return on their money. They say, hey, I want to cash out. I had a gentleman last year say, hey, I wanted to buy, I think he wanted to buy an office building with his profits. He didn't sell all his gold. He sold about half. He clicked a button, sold, clicked the coins he wanted to sell. I got a phone call, called him up with fair market value, no discounts, no penalties, no fees. He said, yep, I like that price. We lock it in. Coins just have to move from your section of the vault to our section of the vault. We wire the cash same day. No problem. Usually same day cash out. And then again, we're there for you if you have any questions, anytime, day or night. Now, here is the special silver giveaway. All you need to do, if you're watching this event on our event dates, okay, it's going to be time stamped. So we'll know that you're one of our members that are joining us live here. You can get a free, brand new, pure silver, just got this tube in the mail, silver Buffalo coin worth almost $100 right now, a coin, for just meeting with me. If you have a qualifying 401k and IRA and just meet with me and have a casual, no obligation conversation, I'm going to send you a coin for your time. I'll answer any questions you have. Again, no obligation. I always educate first. I never push anyone in anything. If you want to move forward, great. We'll move forward and keep the conversation moving forward, right? If not, if gold or silver is not right for you, you still get that free coin. So I do enjoy my conversations with people. I would say 10 people I talk to, I would say 11 find out something that they didn't know. So it's going to be valuable to you no matter what. And again, no obligation whatsoever. That's all I got.
Well, Drew, I love the fact, and it's funny, you do the silver giveaway, and a lot of people talk about, well, how can he afford to do that? Why would he do that? And, I think the thing they don't understand is the value that you add. You just said, a lot of people, they learn something new. I've listened to your presentations for months and months and months. I've known you for years. Every time I speak to you, I learn something new. I just did again today. And it's just awesome. I cannot encourage you guys enough. Take the time, have the conversation. If you have a qualified IRA or 401k, guys, he's giving you the silver coin, which is awesome. But more important than that, I'm going to tell you right now, you'll get more than $100 worth of value from it. I can tell you that right now. So I will get you guys out the link. I hope you learned something today. And please schedule with Drew. Stay tuned because we have a lot more coming, a lot more information coming your way. Drew, thank you so much. I always appreciate you, sir.
Thank you so much.